Hi, this is Selim. This is the end of week one of my resuming keto, and I began at 259.8 pounds, and as of this morning, I was 257.8, which is 2 pounds. I got to remember that 2 pounds is actually objectively good. It's the equivalent of 7,000 calories that has been removed from my body. But obviously, it's a little disappointing. I've done keto before, and I know that I've often dropped a lot of weight in the beginning, and that's motivating. It's helpful to see that momentum starting quickly, and yes, it gets frustrating when you drop slowly afterwards, but to start by dropping slowly in 1 week is the ego in me would like it to have been better. But the rational part of me says, you know what? You're looking to do this for a long-term thing. You're not looking to just try and do a month of blasting your body to try and drop 20 pounds. You're looking to do this as a lifestyle change. So if you've dropped 2 pounds and you also happen to feel significantly better and you're less gassy and you are also your joints feel a lot better, I think overall we can say that that's net positive. The keto has always felt better, and it's funny how quickly you can forget that because of the immediate rush that you get from eating carbs and sweets and savory kinds of foods. I guess this is the fundamental human condition, right? What's immediately enjoyable versus what's satisfying, this sort of the difference between happiness and satisfaction. Happiness is sort of like a spike in your mood and how you feel, and that happens when you take certain things, when you consume certain things. So for me, that happiness spike comes from drinking some champagne or having a beer or having a bag of Doritos or popcorn. I like sweets, but I tend to run sort of a savory snack. And that stuff is so incredibly tasty. It's amazing. You can say the words and your brain will wind up so vividly painting that picture that you could taste it. Like I could literally taste the Cheetos dust right now if I really wanted to spend time thinking about it. Because your brain really just does try to help you pursue and remember things that make you happy. Satisfaction is similar, but it's not exactly happiness. Satisfaction is far more stable. It's far more sustainable and far more useful. So when I eat a steak, I feel very satisfied, and you can tell that you're satisfied because you don't overeat the steak. Whereas, obviously, you can very easily overdose on pick your poison. You will have as much as you can until you get sick, and then sometimes even maybe having a little bit more past being sick. So all in all, positive week. The challenge, of course, being with the summer is the social aspect. I went to a barbecue this weekend, and while I was better than I normally would be when I would just mindlessly eat and drink, I did wind up having chocolate pudding cake. Actually, it was so sweet. I think after a week of not having any sweets or very little, it was so sweet that I actually wound up getting sick and feeling like garbage afterwards. You'd think that would keep me from wanting it at all, but no, that it won't. So that's where I am, and I think this is sort of part of the journey. I'm not expecting myself to bat 1,000. I think what I will wind up doing is taking the wins, which were the 2 pounds lost, the lack of gas, and generally more energy, and let's work on improving some things. I think I can try and eat before any social gathering so that the overall temptation is minimized. I do think that part of what will help me improve my overall journey will be to add intermittent fasting to this. It is 11:30 and I just had some bone broth. So over time, I will work to shorten the window of my eating to ideally 4 hours, and then add some alternate day fasting down the road. But I want to take the steps to make sure that it's sustainable. I also need to do a better job of maybe not necessarily keeping rigorous, precise track, but having a ballpark of the total macronutrient intake and caloric intake. I mean, I do believe that calories matter, and my guess is that part of why this week I didn't lose too much weight was I just had a whole lot of calories from fat, because if I start eating at 8 in the morning, even if I'm eating carb free, it's going to be a lot of calories. Part of the intermittent fasting, the value of intermittent fasting for me is it's very difficult to get 3,000 calories into 4-hour window. So that is the plan going forward. I've got to say, this so far has been very helpful. Not that I'm expecting anyone to watch or comment, although that would be nice. Having this set as an accountability partner is incredibly useful. There's something in my brain that says, okay, you are being accountable to yourself by putting this information out there and sharing it with whomever winds up watching it and getting some value out of it. And so obviously, even though I don't know anyone out there who might be watching, knowing that there might be someone out there that I have to be honest with is incredibly motivating, and I think will help me, give me a level of accountability that I haven't had with this kind of self-improvement project. And I really want to explore going forward how I can use YouTube as a real accountability partner so that I don't just quit, because I, like most people on the planet, have the best of intentions, but then, things slide and fall off to the wayside when you don't really have anything that's forcing you to do this. So I guess I'm going to think of YouTube as somewhat of an accountability partner and a forcing function in a way that I do think will help me maintain consistency and momentum. So preemptively, thank you for all of your help. Have a great week.